It doesn't work that way. I know. I tried going for a long time. It didn't come back. But, let's give it up for our next comedian who is going to rock the stage and have fun with us. Give it up for Judy. Yay, Judy. Woo! And she is going to remember to have fun with us. Yes.
Hey guys, I'm a little nervous again. Thank you, King's Pizza, for having us, and thank you, Paco and Jessica. So, I'm a nice comedian, right? Amateur comedian. I'm not mean. I don't get on stage and have a really shitty set and turn to someone and go, you know how I'm going to save my set? I'm going to say, you're not that ugly. I don't do that because I'm not a shitty comedian. How bad does your set have to be where you go and insult a random woman? I have good mental health, but imagine if that woman had depression. What if she went home and cut herself or killed herself because you have such a shitty set and such a small cock that you had to tell her she was ugly?
Tony.
That happened to me last night, Sydney. That's why I said that.
Or she fucks you up for
Yeah. So my friend Sydney's here. She's going to do comedy. And my friend Katie's here, and she doesn't think women comedians are funny. So we'll see if she's right. I've been here like a year and a half. I really like Hawaii, but there's a few things I miss that they don't have here, like good synagogues and public sex dungeons. That's not a joke. They also don't have swinging groups, so that sucks. But, well, they're not on FetLife. Okay, so I'm Jewish, right? We all know this. Katie says I look Jewish even though I'm a convert, but okay. So when you meet people and you say you're Jewish, they look at you like, are you a good Jew or a bad Jew? And if some of you aren't too liberal, you might not know what that means, but let's back up. Jews usually circumcise their sons because it's a covenant with God. And how many of you have seen an uncircumcised penis? Okay. Anyone outside? Uncircumcised penises? Anyone? Okay. So when they ask me if I'm a good Jew or a bad Jew, they mean, are you a good Jew? Or do you support mutilation? And I think we've all seen what we need to see to say, I support mutilation. Okay. I think it's funny. Okay. Okay, so I was married, and I let my ex-wife fuck other people. I didn't really care. And when you get married, when you're Jewish, you say multiple blessings, and one is about staying monogamous. Thank goodness we never had our Jewish wedding, because people would have left going, did they miss a blessing? Like, did they miss one? Was one not there? Because, like, the rabbi can't say it because they're not going to be monogamous. So I'm at work, and I'm with one of my staff. I usually don't talk about work because I enjoy having a job. And my staff was eating pork and was like, hey, Miss Judy, do you want some? And I said, oh, no, like, I'm Jewish. I can't eat that. She goes, you're Jewish? How is it? I mean, I can't eat pork. Can't use electronics on Friday. It's kind of restrictive, but I guess it's okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kinky, as I've announced. And I have a lot of kinks. I've done some dark things, some gross things, right? And I try not to kink shame, I really do. I don't want to make anyone feel bad about the things they like. And one time, I was having sex with this girl, and she looked at me, and she said, will you put your toes inside of me? I've done a lot of things. I own a cattle prod. I let people stick needles in my skin. But I had to kink shame. Had to kink shame. Had to do it. And this one guy I was having sex with, I had been seeing him for a while, casually. And he was like, oh, I like it when girls call me daddy. I was like, I could do that. I've done that before. You tell them you're going to be their good girl. I've got this. We're having sex, and he starts role-playing, and he looks at me, and he goes, my daughter. I was like, what's going to happen next? Pull her skin back and like, make me look younger. I was like, oh, I'm not prepared for this. He was like, was that okay? I was like, yeah, I just wasn't prepared. That's great. Next time send me some porn so I can prepare. He never sent me porn to prepare. I got a kink shame. So I'm divorced, and I've been trying to change my life for the better. I've lost a few pounds because I've started eating right and going to the gym, and I pay a professional trainer because I have alimony and inheritance money to afford that. So my trainer, you know, most trainers to encourage people, they're like, you got this, keep going, you're a strong, independent woman. My trainer goes, come on, mama, get aggressive, mama, you got this. Well, I'm not a mama. It really gets me going, and it really makes my biological clock start ticking. You don't have to pity laugh, it's okay. Okay, so I got married to someone in the military. First mistake, but we'll move on. And I moved to this island to be with her, and I come with 3 suitcases, no money, college degree, no prior career experience, nothing. We're supposed to have a year together. Her orders changed. She's going to deploy in 3 months. Okay, whatever. We spend as much time as we can together. I'm searching for a job. I'm doing all the laundry, cooking, cleaning. So I drop her off for her deployment. She gives me a hug and a kiss. She tells me she loves me. She's deployed. I get an email. Hey, can you send me a care package? Yeah, I got this. Send her the best care package ever. A few weeks later, because it takes a while to ship the care package to the ship, I get an email, and it's like, hey, I know I'm deployed, but can you get out of my house? I got the Dear John letter. It was great. Most spouses worry about a lot of things, but they don't worry about the person deployed leaving them. They worry about the person at home cheating on them. But since we didn't have that issue, I guess we had to have another. So, I've been on Bumble, and I've met a few people. This one guy, the one who wants me to be his daughter, we had sex, and he's getting out of the shower, and he didn't really he didn't dry off. And I was like, hey, let me get the water off of your back. He's like, no, it's okay, I'm a wet back. So he's a Mexican. And he really said that. I was like, okay. And I started seeing this other guy, and he's Puerto Rican. And the Mexican guy found out. And he's like, what, does he speak Spanish? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I don't. So, okay. And he was like, what does he do? I was like, he's in the military. He's like, in the Navy, because this guy's a Marine. I was like, no. He's like, what? Like, Coast Guard. He's like, fucking a coastie. Okay, calm down. The Puerto Rican guy's like, whatever, I speak Spanish, like, I'm secure, I got this. He's like, does he got tattoos? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I don't. Okay. And, so apparently I have a type. I met another guy on Bumble who's also in the military and is also Hispanic and also speaks Spanish, so we'll see how that goes. The Puerto Rican guy, we were having, sex, and something came over me. I wanted to be funny, and he was on top of me. I whispered in his ear, "Por qué?" And he did not lose his erection. So him and I are having dinner one night, and he was like, I own a lot of sex toys. I do. I own probably $1,000 in sex toys. That's a lot. And he said to me, Judy, I'd really like it if I could make you come without toys. And I said, yeah, me too. So this Puerto Rican guy, he picks me up from the airport. I go spend a week with my family. He also drove me to the airport. So he picks me up at 11 p.m., really nice. He puts my bags in my apartment, gives me a kiss, and leaves. And never talks to me again. But I guess it was cheaper than an Uber. Okay, what do I talk about now? How much time do I have?
You can go another 5 minutes, but you don't have to.
No, I want to. Good. Someone give me a topic.
Drugs.
Okay, how badly do I want to lose my job today?
Okay for that topic.
Okay, so one time, my then girlfriend and I were at this married couple's house, and, well, they were a special married couple. And they offered me some weed. And I say, no, I'm good. They're like, okay. I had been warned that this couple likes to party and they like to swing. I was a baby. Not literally. And I go upstairs to use their bathroom because their bathroom's upstairs. And the husband corners me. He goes, hey, I know you said you didn't want some weed, but I got some Coke that I was saving. Do you want that? I was like, yeah, I draw the line at weed, but Coke, I could do that. That's good. I did not do it. Maybe I did. Who knows? What do you call a cheap circumcision? A ripoff. Thank you. Yeah, so being a Jewish convert is hard, right? 'Cause people they have a lot of questions of why you would cut bacon out of your life. It's just bacon. Or cheeseburgers. The last time I ate a bacon cheeseburger, I cried. I literally cried. And then I left the restaurant because I was embarrassed that I cried. So Jews can't eat meat and milk together, and they can't eat pork. That's why that's funny. I was told that my delivery is funny, but not so much my jokes, but the way I say it is funny. So that's good. Okay, so in kink and BDSM, you have the stoplight system, right? You have red, fuck, everything's wrong, stop touching me, untie me, take the collar off, whatever. You have yellow, it's like, maybe don't punch me so hard. And then you have green, that's like, yeah, keep telling me I'm a dirty whore. So I'm wrestling with this girl at a happy hour. It's a happy hour downstairs, and upstairs is a play space. Whatever. The health department wasn't very happy about it, but that's what it was. And I'm wrestling with this girl, and she has me down, she's on top of me, she has me pinned down, and she's choking me. She's like, what color are you? But I didn't know about the stoplight system, so I said, pink? She was like, is that red? Are you okay? Do you need me to stop? Yeah, no one ever let me die. No one ever let that die. So I was fucking this married couple with kids. And, one day they left their bedroom door unlocked. Their kid walks in and was like, why is Judy naked in bed with you? And I was like, well, this is a question for your parents. They're like, get up! Getting them to wake up. And then they decided, let's introduce her to our parents, the grandparents of these children. They're like, so you just let your husband cheat on you? She's like, no, I'm the one who fucks her. He doesn't get to. She was like, oh, okay. So that was fun. We opened champagne that night because it went so well. Okay. Okay, so my friend Katie, her latest thing is to say why I really got divorced. So when we do jigsaw puzzles, every time I put two pieces together, I have to ask her if it fits, because I'm notorious for putting two pieces together that don't fit, kind of like my marriage. And today, I swerved really bad, and Katie was like, your driving skills are the real reason for your divorce. Kind of like my poor executive functioning skills, poor planning skills, poor cooking skills, poor health, poor finances, basically poor everything. So yeah, my marriage prospects are good. I follow a very niche religion that isn't prevalent on this island, and I'm a lot of walking contradictions. My doctor recently told me, I can't stay awake. I will fall asleep while driving, I'll fall asleep at work. I took a sleep study. My doctor was like, yo, you're fucking tired. I know. So they gave me stimulants, and I drink several Red Bull a day. And I went to a new specialist, and he said, if I sleep 12 to 15 hours a day for 1 year that I will be cured, as if I have the socioeconomic status to afford to do that. So, go specialists. Okay, that was fun even though it was bad.
Give it up for Judy. You know, she brings up an interesting topic. We talk about kink, and you know, there should be some rules in your dating life. I went through a divorce too, and I made rules when I was going through my divorce. Very simple rules. Don't make me your girlfriend because I'm not ready for that shit right now. Do not talk to me while we're having sex unless it's really fucked up shit, then you're good. And don't stop until I have came. And I mean, you could be dying and still don't stop. You just keep going, or roll over and die while I'm doing it, right? I know, right? I dated an overachiever who broke every one of these rules at the same time. We are going. He is doing his thing, and I am about to get there. And all of a sudden, I hear the most fucked up words I've ever heard in my life. Be my girlfriend. And as I'm screaming, yes, I left with a boyfriend, man. I was having sex and left with a boyfriend. See, I know. That's not the kind of kink, like anything, like, I might have been okay with him saying that he's my daddy or like, I'm his daughter, but don't fucking say be my girlfriend. You know, then I walk out of the room, and a few minutes later I'm talking to my ex-sister-in-law, and I am telling her about this. And she is laughing her ass off at me, and she's like, what did you do to the man? I'm like, I don't know what I did to the man. We were having sex. And she stops. It was your fault, Jessica. No, nothing is ever my fault, bitch. Nothing. And then she's laughing uncontrollably, like crying and laughing. She goes, you remember the last time? That's all I could do to her. Like, bitch, please. There's a backstory to this. One of my kids' dads asked me to marry him right when we were having sex. Oh no, it gets better. My ex-husband asked me to marry him while we were having sex. For years after that, I was scared to have sex. I had some PTSD from sex. Like, really? No, not gonna happen. So I get it. I understand that would be my version of kink shame. Like putting the vagina on restriction. Yeah, so I'm hoping that her beautiful friend Sydney has just as amazing jokes, because she's gonna bring her beautiful self up to the stage and take over and make you all laugh. Give it up for Sydney.
Hey, okay, so I've done this once before, but we'll see how it goes. I live in Kailua. Yes, I'm white. Yes, that makes sense. But so I live by the new Wendy's. Has anybody been there? Okay, but Wendy's is great, right? They're Frosties, and the neighborhood's really mad because they left a I almost said back door, that sounds worse, but it is a back door, to the main neighborhood, and everybody can walk in, and all the neighbors are mad. They're like, the high schoolers can get through, how could they do this? And they wanted me to protest. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I go to that morning for them to protest, and all the signs say are, build a wall! I'm just like, this is not a Trump protest. I'm a little concerned. It's just a ton of old people at Wendy's just saying, build a wall! So yeah, I didn't protest that day. I needed a different sign than a Trump protest there. So I'm against bullies. In high school, I always stood up to bullies. I had the power to, and I was really against that. Like, a girl made her drop her books, and I was like, pick it up. It made me really upset. And then I found out when I tried to friend request somebody on Facebook. I lived in Japan when I was little, and I friend requested him, like, oh, we were best friends in kindergarten. What's up, Marlon a boo-boo? And he responds, and he goes, you bullied me. I was like, wait, what? He's like, you made up a song about me. And I was like, no, this can't be true. We played tag. He's like, no, you were chasing me. I was like, oh my God, I'm a real life bully? And then he's like, don't you remember? I was like, I'm so sorry, do I remember what? And he goes, Marlon a boo-boo looks like a poo-poo, but is a doo-doo. I was like, you made that up and sang it to me daily. I was like, oh my God, I'm like all about bully justice, and here I am, like, I'm a bully from kindergarten. Yeah, not good, you guys. Don't be a bully. So also in high school, you know how you win awards every year, and they're kind of terrible. So the two awards I got were most likely to fall asleep in class. I'm narcoleptic, so I was like, that's fucked up, you guys. And then another person got most changed, and she was transgender, and I was like, guys, I'm on student council, this is fucked. Like, you guys, you have to get rid of this. I'm not okay with this. And then class clown was somebody with Tourette's, so I was like, okay, we need to redo this. This is fucked up, you're gonna get in trouble. So they gave me a student of life, and I'm like, is this a normal award? They're like, we've been giving it for decades. I was like, okay, what does it mean? And they give a guy and a girl of each class the award. And the guy was someone I knew in pottery class that just did edibles every day and got really high and surfed a lot. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's the marijuana award. I was like, okay, I'm the weed smoker of the year. I'm okay with this over narcoleptic award. But also, when you're little, do you remember those little, like, they looked like pudding cups, but they're ice cream and they had, like, strawberry chocolate? Okay, well, I didn't trust the bitches who chose strawberry by choice. I was like, who are you? Who are you really, though? The chocolates were the real MVP, but when you think about it, you weren't tasting the ice cream, you were tasting the wooden spoon, like, the entire time. It was terrible. Going back to also an award for class was most likely to survive the Hunger Games. And I was like, guys, this is also saying who's most likely to be a serial killer. If you think about it, that's so messed up. Have you ever thought about, like, who you would be if you were an arch nemesis of someone? And I was thinking about this hard. I was like, you know, in the world of bugs, they think we're evil as fuck. Like, we are coming to get them every day. And I was like, if I had an arch nemesis, it'd be cockroaches. Like, those mofos fly, they get in your face, like, they come for you at night. And I even have a story, like, when I was little, you know, like, every hero story, they have it when, like, they came for you, and they came for your family. And for me, when a cockroach, I was putting in a retainer, and I didn't realize a cockroach was inside it. So I straight up put a cockroach in my mouth, and just, all of a sudden, like, at night, just, like, jumped up, was like, ah! Waking up the entire house. It was so bad, but I was just like ready stance, like ready to fight. Really, it's just a cockroach. And ever since, like, no matter what, I come out in the middle of the night for water, and I'm just like, I see you, I'm ready for you, and just like with a shoe. Yeah, that's me. If you you want to get to know me. So someone was saying earlier, like, the guy who hits on you a lot of the time is just not someone you're... Oh, she was saying, like, the oof guy. If someone asks you, like, wanna fuck, that's not somebody you're gonna wanna go out with, right? It's the same thing with catcalls. Like, people in Kailua often call people Ewoks, which is easy women of Kailua. You didn't know that. There's some education. Yeah, it's quite terrible. But there was this guy, and I was running, and he goes, ow, Ewok! And I'm just like, when is that dude ever gonna get the girl? You know what I mean? And then I'm in Maui, and there's this truck full of people, and all I hear is, ooh, ladies! And it's a 5-year-old boy. Just like going around the corner. And you hear his mom be like, no, we don't catcall women! And he's just like, waving his fingers. He goes by the corner. I mean, that kid has game, though. Like, he's the only one who could get away with that, I feel. And also, like, people who come here, often I get, like, if I'm in Waikiki going to dinner, they're like, oh, where are you from? And I get kind of upset, because I was like, no, I've been here since the first grade. Like, I grew up here. And I'm white, so that makes sense, but, so I used to think I burned really easily, and my boyfriend always give me shit, because, like, he wouldn't wear sunscreen and he'd be just fine, and I'd wear 5 layers of sunscreen every 45 minutes on the dot, not go in the water for 15 minutes, and I would be, like, burnt, like tomato status, okay? I found out I'm allergic to zinc sunscreen, and I've been putting on zinc sunscreen for 5 years, you guys. 5 years. I finally got the blood test to see, like, the metal, and yeah, I'm super allergic. So I put on normal sunscreen, just like 30 sunscreen, and I didn't get burned at all. I was like, what a lie. All these years, I thought I was, like, just really just a super white person, and that's not the truth. Well, I am super white, that is the truth, but not because of my sunscreen. Okay, so also, what happens to me a lot, and I feel like this coming in age, is autocorrect. It's always fucking you over, you know what I mean, in the worst times. And for me, it's always with my parents. My parents are cool, but here's some situations that was not so cool. I was telling my dad, like, oh, I'm messed up my homework, I masturbated on it, and I don't know what to do. And he was like, okay, you'll get through this. And I was like, Dad, I meant procrastinated. Like, the fact they're like, you'll get through this? Like, what am I getting through? I don't understand. And then my mom, she's a saint. She's an amazing chef. She cooks all the time for me. I love her. And one day she's like, I made your favorite. And I was like, I hope it's your pulled pussy. Hey! And then I didn't respond to the text for a while. And she's like, Sydney Elizabeth Hall. You know if the middle name's used is bad shit. And I was like, I meant pulled pork. I'm so sorry. That one's bad. In high school, you always borrow your friend's pencil, and like .5 mechanical with like the twist, the sumo grip was like badass, right? You didn't want to give that up. I was like, okay, you need it for a test? I'll give it to you. And later that day, I was like, hey, can I have it back? And he was like, let me get it on my lover. And Tommy's dating this girl named Katie, and I was like, what are you and Katie up to? I don't want my freaking pencil back, man. And he was like, no, I meant out of my locker, Sydney. Well, I just automatically assumed. Not a good thing to assume. Oh, okay, another thing I've lived down. Has anybody sharded their pants? No one's gonna admit to that, let's be honest. Okay, we got one! Woo! Okay. Well, I am lactose intolerant. That has nothing to do with the story, but that has happened to me before, but this one instance, it did. So I feel like whenever you wear white, you know you're gonna get something on it. It's like danger zone already. Like you're playing a game with yourself, because like, how long can I not get food on myself for? And I went to the movies, and those new laid back seats? They're so badass. Well, the bad thing is I left my chocolate on the side, like thinking, oh, it's near me. I don't want somebody to take it from my cup holder, And it slid back behind me, and the entire movie I didn't notice. So when I got up, I was just like, that was an awesome movie. And my boyfriend and his family is just like staring at me like I have something on my face or I did something. And he's just like, Sydney, you sharded your pants. And I was like, I think I would know if I sharded my own pants, okay? And I look around, and it's just caked. And the worst thing is I think I like got back and like scooted myself back at some point, so it splattered. So it looked realistic. And I'm just like walking out of the theater, and I'm in Salt Lake City, so like everyone's super Mormon, super just like, yeah. That's not acceptable in any culture, but definitely not that one. And I'm just walking around, and what makes it worse is he takes my sweater and goes like this, my boyfriend. The entire time I'm walking everywhere and like going to the bathroom, which is making a bigger scene. I don't even understand how that's supposed to help me. But yeah, okay, dating today, I don't know about that. It sucks. Like, you meet up with a stranger, and then you realize this is strange. It doesn't get better than that. But this one time I was in Utah, and he was Mormon no longer. I was like, okay, I don't date Mormons, but I guess you're a Jack Mormon, which means they're like drinking alcohol like Jack Morgan. Anyways, so we're like, before the movie's done started, we're like making out in the car, and things are escalating, and I accidentally like with my foot kicked the key, and the key broke off. Okay, and it's like an old truck, and we couldn't get it out. And at this point, he's like, no, I know what to do. And he calls his, I guess he was raised by his grandparents. He calls his grandparents, they were super Mormon. They're like, and we couldn't get the car to start. We messed something up, and it like died on us. And they're like, we'll be right there. So it's just his grandparents and me, and like his parents end up coming, his siblings come, like it's a whole family reunion, and it's me on a first date. And they're like, what happened here? And I was like, oh, I don't know how the key got dislodged. And it's just really bad. Like his shirt was on inside out, so like obviously they knew things were happening. And they just look at me, and they made me use my phone as the flashlight, and that was my only sole job. I never went out on a date with that dude ever again. I was just like so embarrassed. His grandparents got us like making out in the car. Shirt was inside out, and I guess he just said he wasn't being Mormon anymore. And I was like the first girl he hooked up with, and the parents didn't know. So I was just like, oh no, this is bad. Okay, well, thanks everyone.
Give it up for Sydney. Guys, she takes me back. Dating is, it's trial and tribulation there. I've had an event with grandparents too. It wasn't good. It was my own grandma. But it was probably my fault for doing things in her backyard. And she's in the South, and she thinks somebody is breaking in her back door. and she brings out a gun. I thought we were gonna get shot. Luckily, that did not happen, but it did teach me lessons. We all need to learn them. You know, we have an amazing comedian waiting to do his thing and come up next. I wish we had this song so we could play Guava Lane to bring him up. Come up, Ian Shippen. I know, we sing Guava Lane to him. Woo, Ian!
Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's me, Ian Shippen. Yes, that is. I don't know. I had one thing I was working on, and then I'm gonna do something else. The one thing I was working on, I was outside, right, and I was getting super high. And I came up with an impression, guys. All right, you want to hear my impression? All right. This is a 1950s detective as a game show host. Okay, here we go, guys. So you want to be a millionaire, eh? Are you smarter than a fifth grader, see? I don't know, it's terrible. Thank you. I'm kind of in an impression-y mood, and me and Jasmine were getting blitzed before the show instead of writing, so we decided to just do each other's jokes. So guys, you are gonna get a feature set tonight from Jasmine Bautista. Are you excited? Hell yeah. Jasmine Bautista, guys, but wait, hold on, I gotta channel my inner Jasmine first. Here we go, guys. Crunch Wrap Supreme. $5,000. Here we go. All right, yeah, channel. Hey guys. I came out tonight. I told my mom I was coming out to do comedy, and she's like, "Are you sure you want to go out all the way to town? 'Cause town is dangerous. Shouldn't you take some pepper spray with you?" I was like, "Mom, my outfit is my pepper spray. Nobody's gonna get with this. Plus, I grew a fanny pack during COVID, guys. What's underneath here? What's in here? I'm ready to travel. A travel pillow." Good stuff. I took an Uber to get here, guys. I took an Uber all the way from Eva Beach. Anybody from Eva Beach? Anybody from... I'm just looking for a ride home, guys, okay? Say what? I took an Uber from Eva Beach, guys, and the Uber driver, he was talking to me. You know how we like people talking to us when we're Ubering? And the Uber driver, he was just like, "You know, I went to go buy some jeans today, but I didn't get them because they ended up being too soft." It's like, what? Too soft? It's like, yeah, because I like my jeans hard and rough. And I think soft pants is gay. But you like your jeans hard and rough? That's like the gayest thing you could ever say. I am butchering my own jokes, guys. Am I making it better? Okay, cool. Eva Beach. I was hanging out with my friend in Eva Beach, right? And the guy came up to us and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you do comedy, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then my friend was like, "Wow, Jasmine, you're the most famous person I know." And I'm just remembering back to high school when she was like the first person in our class to give head. And I was like, "Wow, you're the most famous person I know." Something like that. She asked me what kind of guys I like, right? And I told her I like guys who wear lots of layers, right? And she's like, "Oh, you like guys that like hard on the outside but soft on the inside?" And I was like, "No, I like guys who wear layers, like a trench coat." Anybody else? Digging the trench coat? No? Okay. Yeah, I like trench coats on a guy. Like, anybody remember Inspector Gadget? Yeah, he was hot, man. Like, Inspector Gadget, that dude fucks, right? That dude fucks. Like, I don't know, there's something about trench coats that just says, like, big dick energy, right? Has anybody ever been disappointed by a guy in a trench coat? Right? But I guarantee that all of us here have been disappointed by a guy in a tank top. I know. What do you think would happen to McGruff? Like, we're all trying to cancel the police now, right? What do you think is going to happen to McGruff the crime dog if we try to cancel him, right? Do you guys know who McGruff the crime dog is, right? Right? Like, how do you cancel McGruff the crime dog? Like, if he bites a black Labrador or something like that, like, do you sit him down and just tell him, okay, you just come on in, McGruff, we gotta tell you something. You sit him down and be like, sit. All right, McGruff, drop your badge. Drop it. No, you guys don't like that joke? Oh, I'm bombing right now. Maybe I should go back to some oldies but goodies. Anybody ever been to Sea Life Park? Sea Life Park, right? The Sea Life Prison, right? Sea Life Park. Yo, I took my grandma to Sea Life Park, right? And there was a pool of a bunch of animals in there. You know the sea pool, right? With all of the animals. And yo, my grandma's there and she just starts stacking the animals. Stacking the sea cucumbers, the sea urchins, the starfish, anemones. And then she goes up to the person and is like, how much? We're banned from Sea Lake Park, guys. And I found out from a friend of mine later on that they actually put a sign up that said, do not stack the sea animals. So, tough crowd, huh? All right, I'll end on this one, guys. I'll end on this one. Anybody dating here? Any dating people, guys? You're dating? Ah, yeah. I once dated this guy. Let me start it off with this. Back when I was growing up, right? Whenever I did something bad, my mom would hit me with the bok bok. Do you guys know what the bok bok is? Basically, it's the closest thing to her. She just hit me with it. Like, her favorite thing is like that little back scratcher, right? With the little claw. Yo, I thought for the longest time that was just for like hitting people with. I didn't know you could scratch your back with that. So it was nicknamed the bok bok, right? And I remember I was out with this guy, and he hit me in bed, and all the memories of the bok bok just came. I just butchered my own jokes so hard. All right. I'm gonna end it on that, guys. I just want to see what she does to me. So let's give it up for Jasmine Bautista. Yay.
Woo! Give it up for Ian, who just confused the shit out of me. We got Ian on stage, vibing a little bit of Jasmine up here. But I know that is not Jasmine energy because she fucked everybody up last week. Wait, he didn't fucking...
Slammer Jasmine Bautista impression.
It was, but it wasn't the full Jasmine. We're going to bring her up here so she can mess up Ian really badly right now. I am waiting to see how amazing this is going to be. So bring up Jasmine / Ian.
Yeah, I just want to say that's a great way of knowing if your jokes really work or if they suck. Dude, Ian, you made me more confident than I could ever be on stage. Like, that was amazing. Good for you. I don't know if you could tell, I'm channeling my inner Ian because like I have this old man headset around my neck. Also, I've got an old man bed at home. Yeah, this bed cost me $5,000. Is it $5,000? $1,500. Mike knows. He's been to my bedroom. Yeah. Oh my god. So I've got this $1,500 bed at home, and guys, it's so expensive. Like, I don't want to eat in it. I don't want to sleep in it. I don't want to fuck in it. Sorry, Mike. And you know why it's an old man bed? Because it reclines. Like, you just press a button and it's like... I'm like salivating right now. And then if you want to go back up, it's like... By the way, that's how I fuck in this bed now. I'm like a power bottom now. Oh man. I like how you were trying to channel. I can't even do an Ian voice. Like, how do I do it? Be like, fuck me now, ladies. Want my self-esteem is so low. Like, I can't. I tried. I can't even do that. Oh man. My imaginary fiance and I did a cheat list together. If you guys don't know what a cheat list is, it's creating a list of people that you would sleep with, and then the other person would be okay with it. And I had people on my list like Scarlett Johansson, Natalie Portman, Jessica Bullock. But then she had people on her cheat list like McGruff. So single now, folks. Oh my God, I'm like trying. So I feel you had like my set written down on your phone. I was like trying so hard to remember. No, I can remember it. So I recently started applying for jobs because I want to ditch Jasmine at highs. And how did it go? Just like I wish I didn't tell the job people that I was a comedian, because he's like, oh, tell me a joke, and I'm like, your benefits package. No 401k, you monster. What else? I was always that little Filipino kid in school that had to wear ties, and I was always beat up for it. And then I'm like, what tie should I wear today? Red to match my bloody nose, or black and blue to match my eyes? So I'm down a size, everyone. I'm down a size. Thank you. Down a size in this. Not realistically, Jasmine's not down a size. But I went from a Walmart extra large to a Macy's extra large. So. Oh, sorry, to a Macy's medium extra large. Oh my God. I went on this date with this girl, and she's like, oh, why didn't you try to make a move? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to be a nice guy, trying to be a gentleman. And she's like, oh, well, nice guys finish last. And she found out on the third date, the nice guys, we finish first, guys. We finish first. Mike Rayo knows. I feel like I'm exposing all of Ian's secrets right now through his own jokes. What else is a classic? What's everyone's favorite classic Ian's joke? Oh wait! Oh God, no! I don't even know the lyrics. So I was babysitting my nephew today, and he was like, we were like watching Disney movies together, and you guys ever realize that in Disney movies, like all the bad guy gets in the end is just like a kick in the crotch? And I told him that, and he's like, Uncle Ian, what does crotch mean? I'm like, oh, I can't teach him any new words. His mom's gonna get mad. So I just lied to him and said, well, crotch is just a lap. And then the next time I saw him, he was like, Uncle Ian, can I sit on your crotch again? Yeah, are you still gonna use these jokes afterwards? Look, I am not Ian Shippen, okay? Everyone else is like, who the fuck is Ian Shippen? Like, we don't know him or his jokes.
Do the nice guy joke. Where it's like all those things because I'm a nice guy.
That's like a whole list of things. Okay, all right. Nice guy. Did I say the thing about ladies fuck me now while my self-esteem is still low? I just want to recycle that one more time. I'm such a nice guy that one time this girl was like, fuck, how did it go? I'm so sorry. I did get, oh, my bad. I got a little high before the show. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little too high if I forget these jokes. Just really high. Super high. Homeless girlfriend. Can I just, yeah, wait, oh my god, the homeless girlfriend. I'm such a nice girl, I let a homeless girl live in my house for like 3 months. That's not even a joke, that's just a thing that happened to Ian. Just, I'm sorry. He was there, Mike was there. No joke this time, he was definitely there. Oh my god, yeah, Mike used to be my roommate, and he would and he would always be like jacking off. Look, I'm high, okay? I'm very high right now. I didn't come prepared. This is truly what it means to be high. I don't know what I'm saying. I got a little high for real out before the show. Okay, I'll just end with this one last thing. So this homeless lady, she came up to me and she's like, do you have any like change? I need to get my kids back. And I'm like, are they stuck in a vending machine? Like, anyway, that was the homeless girl I took home for that night. So give it up for Jessica. Sorry I butchered your jokes, Ian.
Give it up for Jasmine and Ian, who are both amazing. But I knew she was gonna fuck him up after she messed up everybody last week. Yeah, it works that way with them too. Like, I have goals of who I want to be like it's them. They can fuck each other up and still laugh about it. You know, I don't know a whole lot about John C. except he is gonna rock this stage right now. He's like, damn it, I wasn't ready, woman. It's okay, you always are ready. Come on, give it up for John C., guys.
Yes. Yes. How are you guys doing?